Hello folks, Mayor Wertz here. Today I'm going to tell you all about my favorite event every single year. It's not Christmas, it's not Halloween, and it's certainly not Easter. I want to tell you all about the Wing Crawl. Hi there folks, Mayor Wertz here, aka your stepdad Ron. For those who don't know, I have three favorite things. 1. Alcohol. 2. The show Cheers. And 3. Chicken wings. So when I hear that Lakewood has a thing called a wing crawl in which two of my favorite things are involved, drinking and chicken wings, you know I had to go. So the wing crawl happens every year around August, always with at least 10 to 12 different bars, all spanning Detroit Road. You got about 500 to 1,000 people taking this whole entire pilgrimage, this chicken pilgrimage if you will, to sample the greatest and worst wings they'll have every single year, and I love it. My friends and family go every single year, and I thought this year might be a little different. I wanted to grab a GoPro and I wanted to document what it's like to participate in a wing crawl, because I have a feeling that most of you haven't been to a wing crawl, and quite frankly, you should do a wing crawl. They're incredible. They're a life-changing experience. These are the bars that participated in the 2022 Lakewood Wing Crawl. Around the Corner, Harry Buffalo, Riverwood, Game On, Booths, El Carnicero, Plank Road, Marriott's, Deegan's, Sauce, and O'Toole's. I know it sounds simple. You eat some wings, you drink some alcohol, you go to the next bar. You eat some wings, you drink some alcohol, you go to the next bar. But it's complicated. There's so much behind the scenes prep work. We look through all of the bars. We look through timing. We want to make sure that we get every single chicken wing every single time because it costs money. We started around the corner. We got some drinks. We're all ready to go. We got there early to make sure that we were in line, to make sure that we weren't screwing up any of our plans. This one had buffalo, obviously, and also a lemon pepper, which is their signature. I will tell you that I like both quite a bit. They're usually always in my top 3 every single year, and for good reason. They're crispy, they're good size, and they taste good. After eating the wings at Around the Corner, we immediately moved to Harry Buffalo, which is usually one of our least favorite locations every single year. They are a chain, they're a nationwide chain, they're always on the wing crawl. This year, their buffalo was better than expected, not great, and they did a Korean barbecue kind of wing, which also wasn't good. We don't really expect a lot out of Harry Buffalo, let's put it that way. After Harry Buffalo, our palate cleanser is Riverwood, which is another college bar that we like to go to once in a while. What's great about Riverwood is that they bring out the wings to you. You don't have to get it through a batch. They clearly are making them rather fresh and not just in big batches. So it takes a little while, so normally we get a drink there as well. The Buffalo was good. It was good. It wasn't anything that was like crazy. The problem with Buffalo with these kind of wing crawl things, by the way, is like they all kind of hit a ceiling when it comes to Buffalo, which is fine. It is what it is. I'm always more about the open flavor because at the end of the day, Buffalo is Buffalo. Riverwood had a lemon pepper wet wing, which was delightful, fantastic. I love lemon pepper. It's one of my favorite wings of all time, and to do it well is easy. To do it great is rather difficult, and Riverwood knocked it out of the park. So overall, 2 out of 3 places had good wings right away, which was a really good step in the right direction. Now, the next place is Game On, which is a sports bar. It is our best sports bar in Lakewood. We usually go there for wings normally, so we know what to expect. Now, the downside of using all of Detroit for the wing crawl is that you get a lot of zones that don't have any wings. So you are just walking, and walking, and walking. So the plus side is that, you know, I'm moving, I'm expelling some calories. I don't like sitting all day and eating wings and drinking beer because it makes me bloated. So getting a good walk in, fantastic. The problem is it's very, very hot during the day. So we're all a little sweaty, and you start smelling the alcohol coming out from your pores and what have you. But we make it to Game On, and Game On has the same thing as Riverwood, where you have to go up, or they bring it to your seat. This year you had to go up and they had them in smaller. Wings at Game On were about what we expected them to be. We thought they were good. I think that the crispiness could have been a little bit better. I thought it was one of the best buffaloes that we've had so far. Their open flavor was pretty decent. It wasn't anything that was like remarkable. I would totally get it again. I believe it was some kind of ranch variety. I'm filming this a little bit afterwards and I realized that I did not write any of the flavors down. So I'm doing a little bit from memory right now when I was drinking all day, writing notes about the wing crawl for this video. Their open flavor was good. Buffalo, best of the buffalo so far. So we're doing pretty good wing-wise right now. After Game On, across the street is one of our favorite dive bars, Mayor Wertz. Now this one has always been pretty hit or miss every single year. I could say consistently every other year is good. So every other year is bad. This year happened to be the bad year. Now, the problem with Mayor Wertz is the fact that if you do not get their wings coming out fresh when they make a batch of them, they don't sit very well. Honestly, I had forgotten to record most of what we were eating at Mayor Wertz. They weren't very good. So we'll move on entirely. I'll still go back there all the time for a bar experience. You know, it is what it is. After that, we waltz on down to El Carnicero. I love their drinks. I think their food is super overpriced and their wings are pretty hit or miss every single year. This year was not an exception to that rule. Their open flavor just tasted like a corn tortilla. Not something that I really want to taste in a chicken wing, because you mostly just tasted the corn tortilla. They are a Mexican restaurant, so I understand their flavors are coming from, but I think it wasn't executed very well. We did get margaritas there, which are lovely and fantastic. For the El Carnicero buffalo flavor, by the way, it tasted like tomatoes. It tasted like you were just starting to make a chili and you threw in all the chicken wings in there and you're like, well, I guess that's our flavor. Not great, don't recommend that move at all. After our little trip to El Carnicero, we move on to Plank Road Tavern. Now, Plank Road Tavern has been on the decline for many years when it comes to the wing crawl, and this year was no exception. I will tell you that I feel like Plank Road was one of the worst wings that I've had on the wing crawl this year, as well as some of the worst wings that I've had in the last maybe 2 or 3 years. No one finished them. I took a bite out of each and I was like, I'm done. I cannot eat this further. We didn't even get a drink there. One of my wings were so crunchy that they must have left it in the deep fryer overnight. I don't know. It was really bad. I don't normally get food from Plank Road ever. There is nothing worse than getting really good consistent wings throughout the wing crawl and then hitting such a roadblock that it's demoralizing. So we go to Mayor Wertz afterwards, which is always packed. We like to go there once in a while. Great patio. Their wings are always good. They always think outside of the box. This year, they did the buffalo, which was good. It was good buffalo. But they also did a chicken bacon ranch kind of thing, which was very innovative. It was good. Unfortunately, it was a little bit soggy, probably because of the ranch of it, but it was still really tasty nonetheless. Definitely in the top 3 or 4 for me without a problem. We stayed there for a little bit, mainly because everything was starting to slow down a little bit. We're hitting that wall. We're hitting that wall of wings and all that protein, all that alcohol. We're sitting for a little bit. I bust out a liquid IV because I'm an adult and I don't like hangovers at all. We do some yellow shots. Overall, great bar, pretty decent wings, and I will definitely be going back there because I normally go there anyways. Next, we take a little trip down to Deegan's, which is more of a, I don't want to say fancier restaurant, but it's a little higher tier, like at El Carnicero. It's not a dive by any means. It's a little nicer. So they decided to do more of a soy sauce based wing, which was awful. It's like biting into soy sauce. That's all it is. It's not, I don't taste the chicken, I just taste soy sauce. And that, I love, don't get me wrong, I love soy sauce on stir fry, just rice, anything. But soy sauce can't be by itself. I'm not taking shots of soy sauce personally. If you are, seek medical attention, please. They're really bad. They're buffalo, don't even worry about, we're not gonna talk about it. It was terrible. The soy was bad. I don't need super salty at this point on the trip. Next up, we have Sauce, which is normally one of our regular locations when it comes to getting food and wings. So we have pretty high hopes for this one. Unfortunately, I feel like because it was towards the later end of everything, it's around 6 o'clock at this point, so we got an hour remaining. I felt like the wings weren't great there. They were okay. It was like a blueberry kind of thing. So I like the sweetness. It reminds me of like when you do like a chicken and waffles kind of thing. I felt like the concept was there. It wasn't executed the best. The buffalo, it's fine. It is what it is. All right, so full disclosure, we didn't end up going to the last bar. We didn't go to O'Toole's for a couple of reasons. One, it was getting a little bit past 6 o'clock at that point. We're getting a little tired. Two, we have had O'Toole's before. Sometimes they'll come to the wing crawl, sometimes they won't. This year they participated. It wasn't anything to rag home about. 3, it started to get a little rainy. And 4, it was a little bit of a walk to get there. We're getting kind of bored, wanted to go to a bar, wanted to do something else. So maybe my review doesn't matter because I didn't go to the last place. Although I will say we did have friends that did go and they said it was meh. So I'll take their word for it because I trust my friends. So overall, I felt like the best open flavor was Riverwood's Lemon Pepper Wet. It was fantastic. We started going there more because we got such good wings on the wing crawl. Because they're making so many wings, I feel like you don't always get the best representation of a bar and their food. They're making it for like, this year was 800 people. You're making, you know, I don't know that math, 800 times 4. And even, they're probably even made some extra. I don't know, you guys do the math. I'm not the math guy, I'm the video boy. That's what I do. Anyways, what I'm saying is they're making big batches of wings, so it's not always the best representation. Although I do feel like Riverwood really showed up and we go there now more consistently because of how well they did at the wing crawl. That's why I'm saying that the Lemon Pepper Wet at Riverwood was the best open flavor. Now for the buffalo, I do feel like Game On was superior to that, but it should be noted that they didn't win like and blast it off. Like there was a lot of people that were right under them, like around the corner per se. All right, just because I'm a wing aficionado and scholar and expert doesn't mean that people always agree with me. The winners this year were, let me pull this up. We got People's Choice Buffalo around the corner. We got People's Choice Open Flavor, which was black pepper, around the corner. I agree with those entirely. Judge's Choice for Buffalo was El Carnicero. No. And Judge's Choice for Open Flavor was black pepper around the corner. So overall, 3 out of 4 I agree with. I don't agree with the El Carnicero thing. I don't ever recommend their wings, ever. So I guess the question is did I enjoy myself? Most definitely. I love going to the wing crawl every single year. It's so much fun. I get tickets immediately because they always sell out. I make sure that I'm always there every year. It is a blast. And I highly recommend going if you're in that area. And if you're not in the Lakewood, Ohio area, I recommend maybe starting a wing crawl of your own. Or maybe just doing an unofficial wing crawl. You know how places have wings? Most places have wings. You can make up your own wing crawl. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. It's literally your life. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I really do appreciate this. I'm trying something a little new right now, showing you guys what I've been doing when I'm not streaming, when I'm going out and doing things and whatnot. I think it's really fun, and I want to show you guys this different side of my life that isn't in my basement with all these TVs. So make sure you like it, you comment, you tell your friends, you tell your family, you tell your enemies, and you eat some chicken wings, okay?